Welcome to the Church of Thomas. These are excerpts from Awakenings in an Age of Angels, written by me several years ago, Angel Eliza. This chapter is called Miriam, the Old Widow. In time, the family settled into a routine. Periodically, Jesus would fill up the pantry. He brought loaves and cheese to Miriam when he delivered to his customers. She wished she had children. If she had, she imagined them to be just like Jesus. A year later, Miriam died of exposure. The town elders had her shack removed from the edge of the fallow field while she was out at work. It was winter and it was raining. She had not been warned, so her blanket was wet, having been tossed out of the shack when it was smashed. She was too tired to look for other shelter. They found her huddled under the wet blanket near a nearby tree. The Pharisees did not like Miriam's free association with Jesus. They did not actively seek her death, but they might as well have. They suggested to the farmer that it was a waste to let that field lie fallow in a year that was not a year of freedom. The year was not the 7th year, so the farmer was easily persuaded. He had been irritated by her presence all along, but was concerned about how it would look if he evicted her. Miriam was the first person to die for loving Jesus. Jesus told Mary that because Miriam was a friend, he was going to pay for her burial and her small unpaid debt at the grocer. Mary was concerned about family finances and their tight budget. Jesus said, "I do this out of love, and to preserve honor, I will not be deterred." Mary was silent after that. Jesus' dad had a special hug for Miriam, and she was welcomed home. That night, after dinner, Jesus taught his first official lesson as the Son of the One who has no name. Jesus spoke of God's love for all people, but especially for those in need. He spoke of how the first will be the last, about how the lowly will be raised above all. And then he scandalized his mother Mary by saying pointedly that Miriam had been the richest person he had ever known in what really mattered, love. Mary had been scandalized when she had heard that Jesus had drawn water from the well. It just made it worse that that filthy old hag had touched and helped her son do this unseemly act. After all, he might not have disgraced the family by drawing water if he could not have figured out the way to do it. Mary suffered for months at the comments of her neighbors because he did this woman's work. What Mary refused to see was that her own family had escaped the very same dire straits only by the grace of God. She, of course, did not know that the very first meal of their new household held the fruits of that filthy old hag's dishonorable act. Her piousness blinded her to the true meaning of God's love, compassion.